Hey guys, welcome back to another SWG Prophecy video. Today I want to show you how to do the two NPCs for the Jedi Master Cloak collection, or sometimes as they refer to it, the Jedi statue NPCs. So this way you know what I'm talking about. Here is what I'm talking about, and I'm going to show you a lot of things that you need to be aware of on here as well. So if you look at your collections, you'll probably get like a Slayer badge of some sort. I don't know if it's under the Slayer badge here. It might not be under the Slayer badge. It might be... it might actually be under here. Yeah, here it is. Here they are. So you have Bre'ano Umakk, and then you also have Quillara Adeen. So one's a Dark Side Jedi, and one's a Light Side Jedi. We're going to focus on a Dark Side Jedi first, because I'm a Light Side Jedi, and it usually makes more sense to do that. So how do you do that? What do you need to know? What's the best method as a Light Side Jedi to do that? So, your first thing you want to do is you want to make sure you have your right expertise. And what do I mean by your right expertise? Let's go into your expertise and show you. You want to make sure that you have your full Light Side Jedi paths, so this way you can get your Jedi healing. So your Jedi healing there will give you basically your 10k heal. You want to do Saber Reflect as well. That's going to come in handy against this guy. Right, you also want to, this doesn't make too much of a difference with the flurry. You don't necessarily need it, but it kind of helps. You really only need these pieces, but I guess you kind of have to go down here to get all of this. You also want to make sure that you have a full saber block. Full saber block. That's what you need, full saber block. And you also want to do an evasion chance. An evasion chance really helps you out. And then you also want to do your full glancing blow. That always helps out as well. So that's important piece number one. If you don't have that, you will actually have to go to an expertise guy. There's some people just watching me here. If you can go to an expertise guy, and I'll show you where your expertise guy is. If you need to reset your expertise, you can go right here, right by the starport. Or expertise girl, profession counselor, and you can go resetting my expertise. Sounds interesting. How much will it cost? Now you can do this as a Light Side Jedi, or you can do this as a Dark Side Jedi, one or the other. I've done it as both. It's easy with either one, as long as you have the right build and the right stuff going on. The other piece that you have here today is that you also need to make sure that you have a good amount of 35s in your so here's not a 35, but here's a 35 I chose. Here's just what I just did this for a look, right? So I didn't put any exotics in here. I made it Constitution, Precision, Strength, and then Agility, Constitution, Luck. I don't have the Jedi belt going on right now because I haven't completed that collection, so that's one thing that's going to happen. I also don't have a normal backpack. I have just a regular backpack that I've gotten. It's a no trade backpack, strength 22, so that might hinder me a little bit as well. You also want to do Constitution, Luck, and Strength. Constitution and Strength are basically going to be your two main stats that you are going to need on here. I'll just tell you that right now. So without look, and then of course your Jedi Master Cloak. You want a Jedi Master Cloak. And now for this guy, for the Dark Side Jedi, I would really recommend that you have a 5th gen saber. Definitely get a 5th gen saber. I put crit hit reduction, one-handed lightsaber action cost here, glancing blow increase, and anywhere between a 3 to a 5 piece set for your Jedi as well. So you're going to want to do that as well. You're going to need this, action cost reduction, glancing blow. So that's going to be very helpful. It's going to add some Constitution, crit reduction, action costs in there. Be very helpful. I did a 5 piece because I have a 5 piece. You also probably will want, this is why I didn't really care about glancing blow in here. You're also going to want maybe some power ups. So I did some glancing blow power ups here. And I somehow, for whatever reason, I don't remember why I did this, but there must have been a reason, I did healing potency power up, clothing power up here. And you also want to make sure you get Mandalorian wine. So get your Mandalorian wine ready, because it's going to add strength and it's going to add also Constitution there. I have an entertainer up right now. I don't know why I did a healing potency, but I guess there must have been a reason why for it. The other thing you're going to need, and here's the fun part, is you will need, you need a good saber block and healing macro. So your saber block and healing macro, give me 1 second. Let's see if I can move over here just to make sure I can get that going. Alright. Your saber block and healing macro, there's 2 macros you're going to want to kick off. I have 2 of them. One's saber block, called saber block, one's called heal. We can go ahead and do saber block. So you want to put your full saber block and your saber reflect here as well. For the Dark Side Jedi, you need your saber reflect. It comes in a lot of handy. So you get toolbar. This is your macro UI action toolbar slot 00 pause .01 pause .1. Sorry, not .01. I always tend to use that. UI action cost toolbar slot 01. So that's your that's that. And then pause .1, and then you call saber block, and it kicks it off. For your heal, you have your heal, your 10k heal here. I wouldn't kick that off though until you absolutely need it. From the start, what's going to end up happening is that you have O2, you get 10k heal. So at some point you definitely will need it, and then you got to pause .1, and then UI actions toolbar slot 03. This part's empty. The reason why this part's empty is because there will be an officer heal that I will be getting. So that's the other thing. So I'll be putting that into there, and you get a lot of officer heals. And I have, as you see, I respect to my characters to officer, and so Nubaka was an officer, and Hubas is a commando. So you will need an officer for your supply drops and for extra buffs, and you will need your commando for extra buffs. The extra buffs for commando are constitution buffs. Now, if you look at my stats right now, strength 362, constitution 710, stamina, you don't really care too much, precision, agility, luck. You might care a little bit about agility, but not a lot. Give me 1 second. Alright, let me just get this guy up here really quick. You'll see my entertainer here in a minute. So this guy is going to be doing some crafting here. Cool. You don't see my entertainer here. The good part about Prophecy is that you can have 5 characters logged on into the same time. So that's kind of the fun point of it. So let's go ahead. Let's go. I'm going to show you the entertainer buff you're going to want to get. There's been a lot of talk about what's the correct entertainer buff here. So this is my entertainer, Jim Morrison. Yes, Jim Morrison. Fortunately, he doesn't play the doors. I'd love a mod that gives him to play the doors. That'd be awesome, especially if other people can hear it. But you don't need anything more than like a couple hours. You won't, because you won't be going back that often. But you'll see what I do here at this point. Essentially, what I will want to see is, after all said and done, by the time I actually get to the Jedi statues, I should have 2 rows of buffs. Now, what you see here is I only got my Guardian and my Jedi Stance. Important to note that those are my only 2 buffs right now, and my Constitution is at 715. I will be trying to get my Constitution up above 1,000 without, I'm going to repeat, without a officer or commando buff. So that's going to be very important, because if I get it above 1,000, that is huge, and that's basically where your win's going to be. And you'll show you how that's going to happen when you get into this officer. When you get to this NPC. So we'll give him maybe about 2 or 3 hour buff. The buffs that I would choose now, you can get yourself Constitution. People, what they normally do is they'll go ahead and they'll say, oh, give me kinetic, glancing blow, 12% chance to heal, and the rest in Constitution. That's a normal buff, but since I've already put myself up there on glancing blow, I'm going to go ahead and skip the glancing blow and maybe give myself a 24% chance to heal, full kinetic, and a Constitution buff. And you'll see what happens here. It's also important to note that you will need your meditate ability. There's a certain ability that you absolutely need to use there. It's Vision of Future. So when you get there, you will have to kick it off. Alright, so let's start here. Jim Morrison will give me a buff. He will give me kinetic. Now, there's been some talk about should you get kinetic or should you get energy. People don't know because they think that There's different types of elementals, but for both NPCs, my understanding is kinetic is the way to go. Alright, so we can go 24% chance to heal. And let's go Constitution. So there you go. So 375 kinetic, 210 Constitution, 24% chance to heal. We'll get a 3-hour buff, and what does that bring us up into Constitution now? So we will look at our Constitution, 925. 925 without doing anything else. Now, of course, next thing you need your med buff. Let's not forget your med buff. So we're going to go ahead, and we will go ahead and get some medical buffs from the lovely buff bots in the med center here, because that's where they've been putting themselves now. You got 2-hour medical med buffs here. We'll use this guy from BD. Don't forget to tip if you're going to use an entertainer. See, if you're playing in another server, you may not be able to log on 5 characters at a time. You may only be able to log on 3. So if you're going to use your own entertainer, use your own entertainer first, then log on your other 2 characters. Or if you can find an entertainer at the keyboard, definitely worth it. So okay, so now you should have all 7 med buffs. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so that really gets me up there too a little bit more. And look at that, I'm well over 1,000 on the Constitution with the medical buffs. Wow, that was really good. That was really important that I get that far. All right, cool. Now the other thing I can do is since I have a group waypoint thing, I'm going to try a group waypoint. Oh, I don't know if I can do GPP. Maybe I can do GPP. I can't do a GPP, huh? Create group pickup point. Cool. All right, let's see what happens. So this guy's on Yavin. I don't know if it's going to bring me there. I gotta... Why is that not working now? There we go. Click on that one. Okay. So... we'll find out, or if it's going to bring me to the starport. Aha, brought me to starport. Okay, that's fine. Alright, so here is where it is. If you want to know that group waypoint that you're going to get there, what he's going to call it, I believe, in case you want to know who it is for, it would be way -2125. Sorry, -2152, 7234, 7234, 7234. You can kick it off there. Brings you right here. See, this is Light Jedi Enclave, but this is where you want to go. So that's where your waypoint is. It's a little bit of a travel. Unfortunately, the group GPP didn't work the way I wanted it to. If I put a camp down, it probably would have worked. But that's all right. We'll go a little bit of travel on here. So you see, my Constitution is well above 1,000. So that's very important to note that it's well above 1,000. It's actually at 1,100. I expect that Constitution to be really up there. Of note, your luck went up, your agility went up a little bit, precision went up a little bit, stamina and strength went up. So pretty much, actually, I think your luck stayed the same, but your agility, stamina, and strength definitely went up. I'm not sure if your precision went up. I think your precision went up. Let me see. So here is your typical med buff. So your hands block there. That's nice. Precision, good. Nutrient increase, health increase. That's Constitution. Agility, you got that. Stamina going. Dodge 5%. That's really important. And then strength. Yeah. So it didn't do luck. That's for sure. So okay, cool. Cool regardless though. So if you want to, what you can do is you can at least, in the time being, kick off your power-ups. This is a glancing blow power-up that I have here. There's another glancing blow power-up that I have here. So you get your power-ups here. You can kick them off now. I bought this Mandalorian Y. It gives you 211 to strength and 40 to Constitution. Obviously, I bought a case of it. You get 21 per, so you can kick that off as well. And you can also kick off this one, Nourishing Vita Caps. If you don't know where to get those, due to Life and Death of Joni Skak, it's on Quillara Naboo. Joni Skak is one of the NPCs there. So kick that off. So there you go. See, as you can see, I'm still pretty good. Still got three spots before I even get to a second row. I don't know if you can kick off this guy. Yes, you can. So you want a Mustafarian injector. You absolutely want a Mustafarian injector. Make sure you get that, right? That's important to get as well. So that's really good to get. You want that Mustafarian injector. And then you'll see 2 other buffs that will get you basically to 2 rows of buffs, which is exactly what you want. You want 2 rows of buffs. And that's going to be huge for what you want. That's how you want to look at it. I'll show you those 2 rows of buffs in a minute, how they're going to look. But let's look. See, my strength went up to 753. My constitution is at 1235. That's really good. I'm pretty sure that constitution is going to go up even more. I'm cracking up because my officer and my commando are standing there, and I'm not doing anything with them, but I'm almost there anyway. So they're close by. This is where they should be, and let's hope I don't fail. So that was the whole reason why I did not make this a live video, because I did not want to fail. And if I do fail, then I can at least go back and try again. So this is the easier one. This is the guy that's always easiest. I'll show you how much easier. Oh, and by the way, you can do the favor to elders too, so that'll actually get you more than enough that you need. All right, so here we go. So let's go ahead and pick up some extra buffs. So you want your little droid there. Mouse droid gives you extra constitution, so it gives you 40 points to constitution and stamina, so you get more constitution, right? You can kick this guy off too. Okay, so we got that guy kicked off as well. Aha, cool. And I felt like there was something else I was kicking off. Oh yeah, that's 2 rows of buffs right there. And then we can sit down. This will be into your 3rd row. Alright, so this will be the fun time, because now you actually have to get Vision of Future going. In the meantime, what I will be doing is I will be calling a supply drop. So here's your supply drop. It's supply drop 6. Supply drop mark 6. And you got to be grouped with the officer to get it. I would recommend that if you are going to do anything, do not go unleave. Okay, so this is Vision of Future. Vision of Present. That's not the one you want. So what you want is you got tax and field stims here. Grab them all. You'll need them later anyway when you do the Light Side Jedi one. And what you can do is you can put the field stim pack here, just for that. Let's get the. Is this Vision of Future? I think this is Vision of Future. Vision of Future. Okay, cool. That's the one you want. Awesome. All right, so now you got that critical chance, strength, and increased resource quality. So that's your crit chance. That's your strength. It's exactly what you want. You give yourself that attack that actually overrode your. Wow, I didn't think it was going to, but that's cool. It overrode your one of your buffs, your Nourishing Vita Caps. But look, 1375. That's pretty good. All right, so now you got 2 rows of buffs, and how would you give yourself 3 rows of buffs? So let your officer do its thing. So your officer is going to do its thing here now. Okay. So now your officer is going to do its thing, and now you want your commando to do its thing too. It may not do exactly what you want it to do, but you're close enough. you're very close, and when you kick off your you'll see. You'll see what's going to happen. All right, so here we go. We are going to go ahead. We're going to kick this off. So when you kick this off, what they say is don't use your specials. You have to be very, very patient. If you use your specials, what can potentially happen? Ooh, something didn't happen. Alright, well, obviously I didn't get them all, but when you use your specials, well, let's just see what happens. You actually get more damage done to you, so be very, very, very careful with that. So we're just going to go ahead and go right at it. And they just say just use your auto attack and that's it. So let's use this guy's auto attack until he starts doing some damage to me, a little bit more. We do a little bit, let him do a little bit more damage to me. He's on fire now. Do we think we can kick it off? Let's just kick one of these off. Perfect. You get one of those guys going. So now what you're gonna have to do very soon, you know, obviously you hear me clicking a little bit there away, but you don't see me do anything else. So now here is where I'm gonna have to do the heal. You get nice heal. His debuff doesn't do anything to you, which is really, really, really nice. But again, you have to be extremely patient with this. So there's your heal again. Here comes another heal again. Nice. Ooh, good timing in that heal. So this is not, by the way, this is not auto attack, this is default attack. So your default attack, you don't even touch any of your specials. If you touch any of your specials, you're just asking for problems. That's essentially what you would be doing. You're just asking for trouble. If you touch any of your specials, you are asking for trouble, and you will lose so much damage at that point. I'm even nervous just doing it this way, by the way, but it seems to be working for now. This is Quillara Adeen, by the way. This is a Dark Side Jedi. So this is probably the best way to take it. So as you see, I'm not taking a lot of damage. Now you might be able to go ham on her. Or him, I don't know if it's a her or him, I haven't even looked. When it's further down, I'd still be careful though. As you see, a lot of patience. It's probably going to take about a good 2 or 3 minutes just to get through this. But these macros are extremely helpful for you. If you don't know how to use them, I'd recommend learning how to use them. So as you see, that 10k heal helps out tremendously. Like, tremendously. Because the debuff absolutely does absolutely nothing. And those stims that you got help out tremendously. Almost done with this one. There you go, done. How about that? I not believe that, but I witnessed it, but you have proven yourself. Feed your passion, so we can dump the macros. And there you go. So you're done there, and now you have into your collection, if you really want to look at it, where is it? I don't know exactly where it was. So you have the one done. So that's the Dark Jedi. So now you have to move on to the Light Side Jedi. So we will get onto that next in the second part of this video. So stay tuned, everybody, and hope you found this very informational. Alright guys, welcome to the second part of this video where we are going to attempt to take out the Light Side Jedi. Who is a Light Side Jedi and what does he do? So if we really want to look at this, you can look at your collections, and this is a little bit of a different situation here with the Light Side Jedi. His name is Bre'ano Umakk, and essentially what your story here with the Light Side Jedi is that you do not want to kill him. You just want to block all his attacks. So that being said, what you want to do, and the best thing you can do here, is to really modify your saber block macro here a little bit. You don't necessarily need anything other than your saber block. That's it. You don't need anything else. So you have this thing here, right? It's great. So here's your saber block 0/0. So I'm just going to keep that there for sake of just keeping it there. Case this way I don't have to hit it by accident. In case maybe I'll put it somewhere else this way I don't hit it by accident too. Because if I hit force run by accident, that's not going to kill me. Or even better yet, if I hit this thing by accident, that's not going to kill me either. Okay, but you do want your heals. That is for certain. I'm going to try this as a Light Side Jedi. A lot of people do this as a Dark Side Jedi because it's so much easier as a Dark Side Jedi to take on the Light Side Jedi. There's a certain method to it. I'm going to give this a shot with this method. I believe one of the things that's very important here, if you look at your command browser, is you're going to have Jedi Focus as well. So I would at least put that Jedi Focus there, just to put it there and have it somewhere. So let's go ahead and make sure that Jedi Focus is there, just to be on the safe side in case you need it. The other thing that you want to do, and this is extremely important here on this one, is that you want to make sure that you have your training saber. If you don't have anything inside your training saber, you can by default take whatever you have here, open your lightsaber. I have a Sunrider's Destiny, so this might be a little difficult on the Sunriders, but you might be able to get away with it on a say, I don't know, a first gen saber, but I would take it with the training saber because that's essentially what people want to do. They'll take it with a training saber. So for your buffs, for your entertainer buffs, same entertainer buff supply. I would say kinetic, second chance, 24% second chance heal, and constitution. I would actually even skip the glancing blow. If you're a Dark Side Jedi, some Dark Side Jedi do a mix of like healer and second chance heal as well. So that's what you want to do. But this is important to do your training saber here, because the reason for that, and here is the reason for that, is you're gonna have you don't want to do a lot of damage. You want to do as minimal damage as you can to this guy. So that's good, but you want to also make sure that you have as much defensive ability as you can get here. So this is kind of strange to do this because there's this guy does a little bit of a debuff, so it's not as easy as the other one. I'm going to show you where he is. He's around. Let's go to the closest shuttle port. I know where the closest shuttle port is here. Closest shuttle port on Prophecy is called Dark Haven. I believe it actually might be the same thing on Legends as well. But I'll give you the waypoint there in a second. And there's important stuff to know with this Light Side Jedi. A lot of timing and patience on this guy, right? They actually suggest that you maybe get military stim packs from GCW bases. You don't necessarily need them. Full saber block template, and they actually tell you a full Light Side template. You can get defensive food like fizz pudding, wild force shard for a little bit of defense. If you have one, great. If you don't, no big deal. But let me just show you again, in case you forgot what your expertise should look like. Here is your full saber block, so you want to get to that. You want to do evasion chance. That's actually really important, I think, evasion chance. Glancing blow shouldn't make too much of a difference, but get that anyway. Constitution, you want to make sure you have that full. Agility, and, well, I didn't take strength, I took stamina there, but... and then here's your full light side path again. I would suggest doing that. So anticipating aggression is actually kind of important. All damage dealt to Jedi is reduced by 4%, so that's actually really important too. But you don't want to do saber flurry. You don't want to do saber reflect either. So just remember that as well, because if you do that, you are going to be, well, you're going to be in big trouble, because you're going to be doing a lot of damage to this guy that you're not supposed to. All right, so the waypoint where this guy is. This guy is at where is this guy? Where is this guy? Where is this guy? Where is this guy? Okay, so he is on Dantooine, and if you look, he's at way -4218 and 4248. So we can go there. So let's go there. As you see, I still have about 2 rows of buffs, so that's cool. Still having 2 rows of buffs like that. We're gonna go over there. So we're not too far away. Again, I would stay grouped with your commando. Your commando has a nice constitution buff that you're absolutely going to need, and your officer actually has defensive buffs for you as well. So that will be important as well. Though I'd be careful. Don't get the offensive buffs from your officer. Ask him nicely not to do offensive buffs. Otherwise, you are really going to be struggling to do this one. I'm not even sure if I'm going to get this. That's why I'm pre-recording this again. I'm not doing this live because I have a feeling that this could potentially be one of these I need to look at and say, oh, I shouldn't have done it this way, right? But it's okay to do, like, you know, your attacks here, Mando Wine, heal, you know, all this stuff. If you want to override your any, wow, actually it doesn't look like my weapon power up didn't stay, right? Because I actually went back. So you might get a lot of NPCs in here. You could probably clear the area if you want. I would clear the area just to be on the safe side. Oh, look at that. See, I'm so used to playing a certain way, and I just totally, like, realize that. Wow. I mean, I guess you can clear it. It's kind of lame though. All right. I mean, maybe I'll get something nice out of this. Keep kicking off this. Okay. All right. So there you go. So we're gonna have to kick off another weapon power up as well. So let's go ahead and kick off another weapon power up. That makes sense because of the fact that I just got a new weapon. So here's your weapon power up as well. Keep kicking off my saber block. Okay, cool. So what you want to do, you also want a different. This again, timing and patience is what they're telling you. Training saber with low DPS, cool. Medic buffs, you got that. Officer buffs, cool. Military stimpaks, officer medical supply drop. I already got my supplies, so that works out. Full saber block template, automatic saber block macro, full light side template, entertainer buff based on kinetic, healing potency, and constitution. Chance to heal, glancing blow can be considered. I didn't do healing potency, doesn't make any sense for me. You could do defensive food, shard of retaliation, defensive power-ups like glancing blow and parry, so I got that. You want to call the mouse droid familiar, so let's not forget the mouse droid familiar, even though I think I'm okay with that guy. But he will give you some extra constitution there. You got, okay, meditate. They're telling you vision of future again. I don't know why they're telling you. Oh, this is a different one. Okay. Yeah, they're saying that this is a little bit different for the. There are pictures of it, but under this, you won't see what they are. The brown one is up while you have focus. The green, while you have stance. It's possible that he may fire off the green debuff before you can activate your focus. If he does, just wait it out until you see it go poof and then switch to the other one, then get your stance back up. Okay. So essentially, you're probably going to want to start off with a focus and then get your stance back up, or you could potentially. All right, so this one's telling me this is the light side one. By the way, they mix up the pictures. Kind of strange. They really mix up the picture. They really mix up the pictures there. Why do they mix up the pictures? Why would I want to do crit chance on this guy? Something doesn't seem right on this checklist. Hold on one second, guys, while I try to figure this out. Yeah, they're telling you something completely different, but it's incorrect if I remember correctly. I'm reading from the SWG wiki. They're basically. By the way, you can use all your GCW banners as well. All right, so you want to rotating into your stance right before you heal, then back to your focus as soon as you can. All right, you will succeed in defeating him. I cannot vouch for any. All right. It seems like they want you to do Vision of Future, but it doesn't seem right. But I guess it could be. This is about tanking, so it's all about tanking here. Full block, full entertainer. You prefer defensive food. GCW buff, Monarch familiar, Mouse Droid familiar, meditate ability, Vision of Future, crit chance, and strength. It's a little strange that they would do crit chance and strength. Let me see what would make sense, because that's what I have going on now, but that doesn't make any sense to me. Give me a second while I try to figure this one out. I'm sorry about that, guys. I thought I was going to get this one a little bit smoother. I don't feel like crit chance and strength should be correct. I feel like there should be some sort of evasion of some sort. The one thing you can do, though, if you want to do it, just get some tax going there. And let's mess around with my medic at the time, with my officer at the time being. So we got some group defenses, increase damage output, reduce action costs. So we don't want to increase damage output because that'd be horrible for him, right? I think that'd be really bad for him. Your group members benefit from your advanced knowledge of combat, gaining increased damage output and reducing action costs. So we don't want that as well. And then your leadership inspired group returning some action res and decreasing action costs for. Okay, cool. I mean, if you want, you can always drop some more medic supply drops, but I don't need them right now. Let me see what this one is about. I think this is the one you want. Increased chance to bypass part of your opponent's armor. Possible not. No, we don't want that one. There's a third one. This is Vision of Present. There's a Vision of Past too. And I want to say the Vision of Past is the one you want. If not, then the Vision of Future is where you need to go. The only downside to Prophecy is you can't select which one you want. So keep that in mind. That could be extremely difficult for you. See, this is again, see, Vision of Future, crit chance modified by 3% strength. So I want to see what Vision of Past says, otherwise I'm using Vision of Future. So that's a big downside to prophecies. You don't get that choice of which one you want. Something on Legends that they implemented, you get to choose which one you want. Makes it a little bit easier. If I can actually kick this off, it would be really good. Actually, what I probably should do. Vision of Pass, increased chance to evade area effect, evasion. Yeah, that's the one you want. You want the Vision of Pass on this guy. Because you want to evade some attacks, right? Essentially what you're going to want to do. Alright, so we're going to get ready here. We're going to kick off some of this guy's buffs here. So he's going to go over here for you. You're going to get that going, and you're going to get that going. And we're going to get you and you there. Cool. Alright, you guys ready for this one? Let's give it a shot. Let's see what happens. I would kick this off almost immediately. Yep, there we go. Should be enough. A little laggy though. Alright, so we can give this. We can wait a little bit until he gets us down. He'll probably give us a little bit of a debuff soon. There you go. So that's what you want to do. You basically got to tank him. I think it was for 4 minutes. I don't remember if it was for 4 minutes, but it was quite long. It was quite a long time. Just don't do any attacks on him. Just stand there and let your macro work for you. I mean, that's essentially what you're going to be doing. You're going to let your macro work for you. I'm not seeing this debuff he's giving me, which is very strange. I don't know if it's on him. There you go. Ooh, that was a nice heal. That was a nice heal. The only downside to this is he might do an extreme good amount of damage on you. So just be ready for it because your saber block's not going off right. It's about to end right now, so that's going to be really difficult to do. Might get your saber block off on him now. There you go. Boom. I got a double heal out of that. Wow. That could be good or bad. But so far, so good. This is exactly what you want to do. Got a nice little heal out of that one. That's now he's being difficult. Now he did a lot of damage on me. And my heal misfired, which is unfortunate. But okay, there you go. I got him. There you go. Well done. Done. You got it. So there you go. That's how you do it as a Light Side Jedi. Very simple, very easy. You don't have to do anything. I mean, it's as simple as that. So here is your collection now. And there it is. He got this. So only thing I need for my Jedi Master Cloak is now my Belt of Bodo Bass and our base, or whatever you want to call it, Bass base, however you want to pronounce it, and which is I need. If you want to see what I actually need out of that, it's unfortunate. This is what I need. Jedi 4/5 waist pack and Sith 4/5 waist pack. The two most tedious grinds you can have in a game. So, but there you have it. So that's how you defeat the two statues as a Light Side Jedi. I hope you guys found this very informative. I hope you guys learned a lot from this, how to do this. Be very patient when doing this. A lot of people try to rush into this thinking, I got this. by, you know, without having the proper buffs, without doing the proper things, without setting yourself up the way you should. As you saw, I showed you how to set it up with against a Dark Side Jedi with the Light Side Jedi, and I showed you how to set it up against the Light Side Jedi with the Light Side Jedi. So I did this both with the Light Side Jedi. Very simple to do. Again, if you guys do like this video, go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, hit that bell notification to know when I go live. Leave a comment if you have any comments or questions. I'll try to answer as much as I can, as many questions as you give to me for this particular video. Check out my channel. I have lots of other videos in SWG for both Legends, Prophecy, and even SWG Beyond. If you want to pay me for playing a video game, I have a donation button on the top for my PayPal. Feel free to send it. Not necessary though, just a kind donation would be awesome, but I do this for my enjoyment and for your enjoyment and for your information too, because I just love playing video games and I love Star Wars Galaxies anyway. And if you want, go ahead and feel free to follow some of my characters' Facebook's, Instagram, follow this channel's Twitter. And until the next video that I will be putting out there, may the Force be with you, and I will see you then. Take care, everybody.